Hey guys, so we're back with another video. I am your host Sleepy Celestial. Now we're finally back with the special event that I was mentioning. I'm sorry I couldn't upload it at the right time. I had to make sure the stage was right. So we're gonna cover a couple of things on the gymnastics side of things. So we'll take a break from track and field for a few minutes. So we're covering Simone Biles, as well as Suni Lee and Frederick. So those are going to be the men's and women's gymnastics. We're covering a little bit of that, and then we'll cover day 1, day 2, and I think day 3, and then we will jump and back into track and field. I think that's the best way to do it. And then we will start off with Suni Lee for day 1, and then we'll do Simone Biles second, and then we will jump into the men's side, and then lastly we'll jump back to day 2 and day 3, and then if we complete that, then we'll jump back into track and field, which will start the women's 100-meter hurdles, semis, heats, and final. And then lastly we will start covering the last events on the channel. There's so much that I'm going to be covering in a couple of hours, and that I'm going to be jumping back and forth, and then once we upload everything, so you guys will be able to see the rest of the things by tomorrow. And then from there I will let you know what will be happening next, starting on the 8th. Also, I will be reverting back into anime soon, so we will definitely cover the Bleach 1000-Year Blood War arc core 2. There's a lot of announcement revolving around core 3 that I want to cover, so once we're done with that, we will start looking at the new updates for the month of July as well as August. So let us start. Alright, Suni Lee.
21-year-old from right here, St. Paul, Minnesota, in the reigning Olympic
Alright. Now, before I continue, I always wanted to say this. Gymnastics is a very interesting sport due to the fact that it's all about power. Like, it's all about movement, balance, and then you have to know how to land your foot on the right spot. It's very difficult. You have to be able to balance your strength into any quarters of your body to maintain top end speed and movement and agility, and it's all about flight. I think that's interesting too. All right. All right.
She slid her hand on the vault, but did exactly what we wanted her to do.
That's interesting.
She dug deep and put it to her feet. We saw better ones in warm-up, but she got the job done.
And this crowd, the hug from Jordan Childs right there, they know what she has been through. There's the number, Suni Lee, 13.
Okay, so before we further on, so Suni Lee got difficulty of 5.0, execution is 8.625, and a total of 13.525 points. Penalty is 0. So like I mentioned before, gymnastics is very interesting because it's all about points and execution of how you do the performance. So I think this is called the vault. So that's interesting. So there's vault, balance beam. I forgot the other ones or name, but I'm not that big familiar with it. But for the gymnastics fans out there, if you guys know some of the names, you guys could leave it down below. Also, what I find cool is that they take points out of the most difficulty, because sometimes if you don't execute something that's very difficult, it kind of means that you can't do it.
5.25. Suni Lee getting set every time they say that name in this building.
Two-time U.S. champ.
Big moment right here.
So these are called the uneven bars. Okay.
Shilese Jones's situation in flux. Shilese was outstanding on bars. We had her penciled in on this event for Team USA. That's a question mark now. Suni Lee is big in this moment on this event.
And this is going to be the first time we're seeing her do full difficulty.
Interesting.
Mr. Hand pulled it back on. Beautiful, fluid swing. She connects so many of these elements, which is what makes her difficulty so high here. Flips to her feet.
Nice.
Again, not the best routine we've seen from her, but she put that little mistake and kept it going.
Her sisters, her best friend up there cheering. Everybody inside the target center cheering right now.
I'm going to go against Sam on this one. It wasn't the best routine. It was the greatest routine Suni Lee has ever done.
Whoa.
Not because the gymnastics was the best. That puts her on the Olympic team. No doubt about it. We haven't seen her do that. She added the difficulty in. She does that. She might not even have to do that one more time.
Are you gonna agree?
She might already be an Olympian. That was astronomical. That was a huge moment.
Okay,
And if I'm not forgetting, Suni Lee took over as, I think, captain or one of the leaders during the 2021 Tokyo Games because of Simone Biles had a mental break. You know, mental health is very important, and the fact that, you know, when you have a team that works well with you, that plays a huge part into trying to secure, you know, the team as well. So I think, if I'm not forgetting, she did help out with that.
John, we get it. Are you going there with it?
I agree with you. I think this put her on the Olympic team, and she has more difficulty, but it still wasn't her best routine. Look! Oh, that wasn't where she almost hit her foot on the floor. I'm not sure if she touched the ground. That's going to be a significant deduction, but she should still be high in the rankings, if not in that first place spot after.
Like I said, you gotta learn how to land your
Long story
feet.
short, John, I agree with you. Suni Lee just made the Olympic team.
It was the greatest
Awesome.
moment, but not necessarily the best gymnastics. We'll agree.
We agree.
And thanking the crowd here inside the target center. Suni Lee, 14-14.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Difficulty is 6.3, execution is 8.1, and a total of 14. So like I said, it's pretty cool to see that. Like I said, this is day one of our gymnastics special event on our channel. So I think it's starting off very good. And congratulations to Suni Lee. Suni Lee, I want to make sure to say it correctly. This was the uneven bars. On top of that, let's see what's going to happen next. On top of that, I want to also mention that, you know, I think she was the Olympic champion in Tokyo, and Simone got silver and she got gold. So she definitely stepped up for her teammates. So that's pretty cool. So let us continue.
And live up to the hype, John.
No. 8-1. Come on, judges. I had it better than that.
Just outside the top three, heading into this rotation, Suni Lee, nearby St. Paul, Minnesota, trying to wrap up a spot on the Olympic team. Two different types of kidney diseases she's been dealing with the last year and a half or so. Season cut short at Auburn. It's been really difficult getting everything, the medication right, trips to the Mayo Clinic and back. But the last couple of competitions look stronger and stronger, including here inside the target center this week.
And this is an event that you can really see her strength. She has a huge 6.7 difficulty start value here.
Yeah, that
And
one
this
is
along with the uneven
difficult.
bars is why Suni would be put on that Olympic team. So important routine for here.
Her coach, Jess Graba, said the goal is to be top 2 to 3 on bars and beam.
Ooh, that was smooth. The only reason when I remember this specific event was due to the fact of Final Destination scared me so bad that I remember there was one of the scenes where it was a gymnastic girl and she kept going back and forth, and yeah, I don't even want to continue, but if you know, you know. Like, you cannot mess
Suni
up.
is
Like,
someone that I would call a natural beam worker. She's really fluid.
So
from
this
her
is called the
skills
beam.
to her dance, continues the rhythm. She has that finesse to minimize any wobbles that might come.
Hanging on.
ooh.
Okay, she did not minimize that wobble, but for anyone else that would have been a fall. Trying to get off the beam as fast as possible. So it's not a fall, but significant deduction for her.
Coach also told us she wants to be in the top 3 overall. She was just outside the top 3 at the U.S. Championships. Other goals for her, though. I mean, she's trying to build toward making that team. Everybody is, but with what she's been through, as you look at the mountain right there, it has been a question mark.
Yeah, she hasn't had much competitions under her belt, so they're really utilizing this as practice. Didn't quite get her chest up quick enough. So she landed in a pike position, which is really a recipe for wobbling on balance beam. Check it out. When her feet hit the beam, her chest is not vertical, but wow.
How did she stay on that beam?
I don't know. Willpower. It's Olympic trials, Terry. I don't know if you know, but a lot is on the line here.
Really? The number first, though, for Suni Lee, 14-4 on beam.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it here. So congratulations to Suni Lee. Like, we're gonna stop it right there. So she got a 6.5 difficulty on the balance beam and 7.9 on the execution. So in total she got 14.4. Like I said, congratulations to her. I just pray that she definitely makes it there. That would be very cool. I think that she has a lot to give. And like I said, I remembered her because at the Tokyo Games, she was one of the big leaders that stepped up after Simone Biles. And I think that was very important because, like I said, I think I mentioned this many times on my channel that when it comes to mental health, I take it very, very seriously. Depending on whatever sport that you do, I think that even for a person to be super excellent, but they have to also be laser focused in the career or the sports that they're good at. They have to be mentally there, and if you're not mentally there, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're gonna be thrown off. And I think that her willpower is not letting her lose. I think that was very defiant, and I can't wait to see what Simone Biles has. So Simone Biles will be up next, and then we will jump into the men's side for day 1 of the gymnastics on my channel, which is the very first time I'm covering gymnastics, because I never covered gymnastics. Like I said, this year I'm making sure to cover so many events on the Olympics, because I said this before, I want to make sure people have a fair chance to see all the athletes that we are sending out for Team USA, and as well as Team Jamaica or any other gymnastic team, because I think it's very important to celebrate athletes. This year is a will of celebrating athletes, and I'm gonna do just that. So thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.